I'm back! I've been on vacation. Hey, I'll give you 3 seconds to guess where I was. That's right, the Mojave Desert. No. I was on a cruise. Get it? Boat? Cruise? Boat? Cruise? Get it? Boat? Cruise? Yeah? Greetings, Minecrafters! Nonsanity here, and welcome to another episode of the Avant 3 FTOG Let's Play Server Series. Today is Project Chest time. As you can see, I've built a little spot here in the middle of Spawn Town with a beacon and a bunch of other things. This is going to be my shop. Let's get started. Alright. Now, I've got my spot here in Spawn. My place is right over there. You can see it there in the water. And as I've been gone for a little while, you can see that there's a new place on the hill next to me. I think Thorgal's Sea temple here has been around. But let me go in and show you this one. He's got his sea monument set up to harvest all the materials it gives you. And, you know, as most of the people around here are saying, everything's free, and if you want to leave a present, you can. People just sort of dump junk. Grok has his place over here, where he's got a resource miner hooked up in the back, and it's just gathering up all the blocks that makes. I've actually popped over here because it's close by to grab, you know, some dirt or some smooth stone when I need it. This is going to be a Coliseum by the look of it. Not sure who's building it. But I think we've got more than enough seating for everybody on the server. Once they've added the rest. What we've got so far is not enough because we have so many people. But that's a work in progress, obviously. We have the weather station over here, which you will note as we play, it never stays night. Because we have these weather controllers and daylight sensors over here. Rain sensor. Yeah, I guess the weather controller can handle both weather and time. And this is from the calculator mod. So he's got a system set up here that it will automatically make it daytime when it turns night. And you can make one of these chat detectors so that you can give a command to make it day or night. I guess that's what they've got it set up here. And then over here you can do the same thing. That's rain, thunder. So you can slap another controller. You have to place it yourself if you want it to listen to your chat. And then inside you can put whatever command you want to trigger nighttime or daytime or rain or thunder or clear sky. I haven't put any in there yet, but I probably will. For right now, the night turns to day automatically and the rain stops automatically, and that's good enough for me. So what have I got here? Well, I've got the pit. It is aligned to the grid boundary, as you can see. It is one chunk. That is F9, in case you don't know how to do that. I've put down a beacon. I haven't activated it yet. Let's do maybe jump boost and regeneration or something. As Thorgal, who is flying over, says, it's not centered in the hole. But that's okay. This hole is going to be covered up with a layer of grass. These posts are going to be removed. And then I'm going to build a little shack around the beam. So it doesn't have to be centered. But if I wanted to, I could add an extra side to these two sides and make it a 2x2 beacon. But I don't think we need that. Then we have a floor of dirt, a floor of dirt, and a floor of dirt, which doesn't have its centermost block replaced. That's it, right? Yeah. me get a piece of alabaster just for continuity. There we go. So, what am I planning to do for my shop? Everybody's selling, you know, blocks or whatever they can generate. I mean, obviously you want to generate something. Who is this? That's Thor. And then there's the Tower O mobs over here, and I think this is going to be maybe a fireworks store. Whose is this? Doesn't say. But it keeps setting off fireworks. Daylight sensor. But I was thinking, what should I make my store sell? I wanted it to be something useful that you wouldn't have to want to get yourself. So, what I'm going to start with are 3 farms growing redstone from redstone sprouts. And that's just the first part of the plan. That is not what I'm going to be selling. I'm not going to be selling redstone. Let me get some cables out too. So I need some item cables and some power cables. Oh, that's the item. Power cables. And on top of that, I put this thing, which should already have some redstone sprouts in it. I'm going to give it more. There it goes, planting away. I just sank a little bit. I'm also going to need worms because I don't have water down here. You don't need it for this farming station, but I want these things to grow faster, so... Oh, you can't put it down when there's a crop there, huh? Alright. I'm going to plant the worms every 2 spaces, since they do a 3x3 area. That means for this whole room, I should need 25 worms. I hope so, because I got 75 worms. How do you get them? You use hoe. You hoe grass. Regular green grass block. It doesn't work on dirt. You have to actually hoe grass blocks. But you have a chance of getting a worm when you do that. And the worms will automatically hydrate, as you can see, and increase the growing speed of crops. And it does seem to work for these resource crops. So it is worth doing. Okay, and I can't put one in the middle because the farming station's there. Well, that sucks. It'll be fine. I'll have an extra worm for each floor. So let me do that to the next 2 floors, and I will be right back. Alright, all the worms and farming stations have been put into place. Now I'm going to start wiring them up a little bit with both power and item flow. And I've got this spot over here where I can run cable up. And I'm using the Ender IO cables because they can fill the same space, and I like the way they control things. And what I'm going to do is set these to input and output and insert on blue, extract all the time on green. Come up to this one. These 2 I'm connecting like that through the floor. And they will connect down to this one. Oops. Double oops. And run these over. There we go. And again, input and output, insert on blue, output all the time on green. I can go adjust this one's Oh, I gotta do it from below. Gotta do it from down here. So input, output, blue, all the time green. All right. Thought I laid an extra cable somewhere. All right, now all that's going to come up here. Like that. That'll be good. And we're going to need power. So put these and the worms back. For power, I'm going to connect it up to my main system with an RF exciter, which I've used before. Place that there with 12 upgrades. We'll give it 120 RF a tick. That should be enough for everything. Now I'm going to hook up a storage system, easy storage. And I'm going to use a controller. Let's put the controller here. This is the top tier. Let's actually take this down and show it to you. The recipe for this is 2 nether stars, obsidian, an ultra storage box. The ultra storage box is 4 blocks of a diamond, 4 diamonds, and a super storage box, which is 4 blocks of gold, 4 gold nuggets, 4 iron blocks, down to wood with chests. So yeah, it's an expensive item, up to the 2 nether stars. But shortly, nether stars will not be a problem. Can you guess what I'm going to be making? Well, you may have... No, there's nothing in there to give it away, but now I've given it away. So we're going to have an input bus and an output bus like that. And what was over there? I don't remember what was over there. We're going to have 2 crafting tiers, or 2 third-tier crafters from RF Tools. This one has 2 recipes. It goes up here. And this one has 4 recipes already in it. It goes there. I have some filters already set. Trash can, some speed upgrades. So let's put down the trash can. Now, trash can immediately hooks up. Thankfully, these cables default to extract, so nothing's going to go in there. But now I need to figure out which of these filters. That's the one. I want to trash the sprouts and yeah, these sprout things and the redstone extra sprouts. So that is the correct one, but I need to be in insert and put it there. All right. So that should have not deleted anything except this stuff, and I'm going to increase its priority to 1. So I want those to always go into this trash can, which these guys are going to be outputting. See, he's got some redstone essence already. Yeah, I don't think there's anything back there. I'm going to go ahead and close it like that. All right, into the chest. What else do we have? Well, let's talk about these other filters. So these farming stations are going to need hose, and I'm making withered diamond hose, which are unbreaking X. They last a long time, and all they take to make, and that thing is at a strange angle. Let's see if we can, there we go. It takes 2 diamonds, like a diamond hoe, but it also takes 2 nether stars. Again, we're going to be making nether stars here, so that won't be a problem. I've already made up 4, and I've got enough to make 4 more of wither diamonds. The 2 recipes I've got in here is how to make the wither diamond from a nether star and a diamond, and how to make the withered diamond hoe. And I gave it some sticks and some diamonds, and right now I'm manually going to be putting in some nether stars in there. But that is going to output extract on blue all the time. Now nothing's going to happen because all 3 farming stations already have a hoe. That's the only place the hoe can go, because I've set these things to accept on blue only, and nothing else is accepting on blue. So when these things try to extract on blue, there's nowhere else for it to go. But whenever one of those runs out of a hoe, it'll get one of these, And a new one will be made if it's got the parts, which it does, for a little bit. So our hose are taken care of for a while. Now, they're going to be making redstone essence, the two types of sprout elements that are used to make sprouts, these two, the little one and the medium one. It's going to be making excess redstone sprouts eventually. And it's going to be making this stuff, redstone essence. Those are the four things that will be coming out of the farming stations. As you've already seen, this insert pipe is going to be trashing 3 of them. It's a white list, trashing all 3 of them. I don't want them. I got tons of them. So the rest of it I want to go into here, which is only the redstone essences left. So on this one here, I want to put... Let's see, is that the right one? Oh, that's the same one again. This one? No. This is it. But I want it on input and output and on insert. I want only these inserted. So nether stars, the Tome of Alkahestry. Alkahestry? I guess we can call it that. The Tome of Alkahestry. Tome of Alkahestry. That is what I'll be using to make nether stars from redstone. I'll show you in a bit. Blocks of redstone and redstone essence. They're all whitelisted. 0 for priority. I made it input-output because it's going to extract all the time anything it can. So these blocks of redstone, it's trying to extract right now, but it doesn't have anywhere to put them. This blue thing here is the input port for our storage, and the storage is working, yes. But we need a filter to things I do not want to go in there. So this is a blacklist. Don't put the Tome of Alkahestry in there. Is this right? Because I do want it to... Oh, no, it's in the extract mode too. I want it to be an insert mode. I wonder why that's in there. What's it? Oh, what's in here? Okay, it's got essence and some blocks of redstone. So as the essence comes in here, this recipe takes 8 of the redstone essence and makes redstone. And then this recipe takes 9 redstone and makes a block of redstone. So as I put this in here, see, it made some redstone. Once it gets 1 more redstone, it makes a block of redstone, which goes in the output. As you can see, each one of these, I have it set to internal for making the redstone, so it just puts it right here. It doesn't put it in the external slot. But for the block of redstone, it does go external. It does go down here. It does not go here. It goes down here. And that's because if something happens to the book and it stops charging with redstone, which I'll show you in a moment, I don't want the system to jam. I want the excess redstone to go into storage up here, which is what it's doing. Now I'm going to take a piece of that and actually go ahead and give this thing that redstone dust, or essence. I want this, and I want this. Yeah. So once we've created the redstone blocks, we want them to come back. So here is the extraction port, and this pipe is set to always extract. So it's going to take whatever the extraction port provides, and it's going to provide redstone. It's going to provide... Actually, I want the book first, then redstone, then nether stars. If any of those are in storage, oh, yes. The insert has to be lower priority. There we go. Yeah, now it's all empty. And everything's back in here. Okay. Yeah, otherwise, it extracts and then it goes straight into the insert. It just pulls it out and pushes it back in again. Pulls it out, pushes it back in again. You don't want that to happen. So by setting this one to a lower priority, it will go in here, which is 0 priority first. And it'll accept all these items. All right, so the next step, we've made the redstone. The redstone blocks are extracted out, but you see it appears up here. So what happens is it's extracted out, it goes into the insert, because this is only blacklisting these things. It's not blacklisting redstone blocks, so they do show up in here. There it is. But then it gets extracted out. Come on. Yeah, it was gone. It gets extracted out here and put back into this up here. Again, I do that little extra loop so if there's excess, it has some place to go in the storage. But the next step is the Tome of Alkahestry. It needs to be charged up. And so you do that by crafting it with any blocks or dusts of redstone. It doesn't matter what shape or pattern or combination. I'm using 7 blocks and 1 dust. Why? Because this equals 64 redstone. And that's a very useful number here because of how this crafter works. It has this remember and forget. The remember and forget. The forget will erase all these ghost items here. And I don't want to hit that because I very carefully have programmed them the way I want them to be. But I probably should show you. So let's take out some of these things here and put them in, say, that order. And get all these, well, I can just leave the alabasters there. All right, forget. And now I just forgot them all. So now here I'm going to teach it all again. I want the redstone, remember. Redstone block, remember. Nether stars, remember. But now I had 5 different of these books. And that's because they have a charge. If you hold down Shift and hover over this, it says charge is 192. Now I can take this, put it in my crafting, and I can extract out all the redstone. So now it's at 0. And that's good, because the first thing I want to do is take it. Yeah, it's fine. I don't have 7 redstone blocks yet. I'm going to put it here and say remember. Okay, so now this has got, you can't shift on this one, but it's remembered that 0 charge. Now I'm going to take some redstone and toss it in here. All right, now we've got at least 7 blocks of redstone. I'm going to put this in here. It's going to get charged up once. So now it's got 64 charges. I'm going to do another remember. So there you can see we have the 0 and the 64. Now I'm going to keep doing this. All right, we got 8. Toss it in. Oh, we need 1 redstone. There it is. Now we've got it for 128. Remember. So see? Now when I shift-click it, it has to go in this slot because that's the only one that fits. Well, it could go in these two, but the first one it fits. So keep doing it. We're going to charge it up again. Charge it up some more. There we go. Remember, this one's at 192. And now the last one, I'm going to have to temporarily disable. Oh, no. I just drained it completely, I think. Or what's it at? It's at 128. All right. That's fine. It'll come back around. Oh. There seems to be a problem with easy storage that when you shift-click items, it sometimes crashes. And crashes the whole server. Great. I thought it was when your inventory was completely filled, but I don't know what's causing it. That's the 3rd time I've crashed the server tonight. I use this stuff all the time, and it never has this problem. And now all of a sudden, it's crashing the server constantly. So I will be right back. And we're back. Okay. Server has been repaired and restored. Alright, this looks like it's actually working here. The book is up to... oh, it's up to 512. Ah, that's because I turned off... Alright, I've got to turn this recipe back on again. It's been running since the server came back, and I wasn't around. So let's temporarily make... this one's external. And we'll apply it. And then we'll break it. So now the book is probably not going to come back because it still has 256 on it. So now we're going to fill this last spot. So this one, so we have 0, 64, 128, 192. This is the 256. We're going to remember it. And now we're going to recreate the recipe with the right level on the book. And it's external, apply. So the star in the book gets sent here, and then they come back. Now, why do they come back? Because the export is set to export the book and stars. So books and stars won't stay in here until this thing is completely full of stars, and it's up to 52, so it's close to having a full stack. I've put alabaster blocks. You can put anything you want, but I built this out of alabaster, so I had them on me. Use those to fill up the extra space, and now everything is locked. So nothing else can come in here. We can only have one stack of nether stars. So now as we get more redstone and the book slowly moves through its stages, so you can see there it goes. As each 64, once it gets up to this one, it's got enough to generate a new nether star. And it does so. And then it goes out and it comes back in again. You have to make that one external because I need the nether stars to go out so they can be collected. And that's why I have them coming back in. But because I don't want to fill up the whole thing with nether stars, and each one of these books needs a different slot, you have to program them all. So those are the numbers. 0, 64, 128, 192, 256. And that should do it. It is now running. We can go over these once more time. This one is set to extract all the time, everything, but the extraction port is set to only put out the tome, block of redstone, and nether stars. The input port doesn't have any settings itself, but its input pipe is set to insert with a -1 priority and filtered to blacklist the book. It's strange. It's set to blacklist the book, but the book still makes it in. I'm going to say don't blacklist the book. I think I had that there before I had the priority. So yeah, no, don't blacklist the book. It didn't seem to work anyway, even though I'm ignoring metadata. Just blacklist the 2 sprouts, the seed, and the redstone essence. You don't want those going into the main system. And lower priority. Okay, so it'll try and go everywhere else first. This one has the highest priority of 1. Those 3 go there. They're whitelisted. They get trashed. This one takes the essence, the blocks, the book, and nether stars. The only thing we don't have set up is for some of the stars to go in here, but this thing gets used so infrequently that I'm going to let the stars build up a bit before I devote an entire stack to be sitting here all the time. I'll wait till I have over 2 stacks. 1 stack is going to be sitting in here all the time. 1 stack will eventually be sitting in here, and then the rest will start building up in the storage. So now this crate, I can put in all this extra stuff. Actually, I think all of these are full. No, I can take more. Let's load them up with more saplings. And the last one. They all have their worms. Oh yeah, this is the one that needed them. There we go. That'll fill in all the rest. And now I can put the redstone half a stack at a time in here. I made a few nether stars. These two I can just trash. And I don't really need the speed upgrades, so I'm going to go ahead and just put them back into my storage here for future use. And now the crate should be almost empty. I'll keep the crate, keep the sign, keep the conduits. I'll stick the worms over here. Alright. This is going to take a little bit longer to build up some critical mass. But when it's ready... Oh wait, is that outside the... Oh, it is. Don't tell me I've got to move everything now. Because, yeah, this is in the wall, so it's not going to be chunk loaded if I load just this chunk. Alright, we're going to rearrange a little bit. This is doable, this is doable. There's nothing in here, so I can break it. This thing is book, block, star. So we'll fill in the wall. We will put extraction there, insertion there. Oh, I should have taken out the filter. Grab it out of here. And stick it into this one. Insert filter. And it was lower priority. Nothing's going to go in there yet because there's nowhere for it to go. But now I can put the controller and the storage block there. It's already got a block of redstone. I guess I need to do the same thing with this one because the filter is over here. Oh no, it doesn't have a filter. That's right. This one just has to be set in the unit itself. So I need a star and the book. So I say the book, and that's the first one, then that, then that. The order probably is going to matter. Alright. Now everything's inside. And what I was doing, digging upwards, and I'll just do it right here. Yeah, that's the center. And I'll put that there, get out some more alabaster. If I put, I can just put the low-level storage blocks from Easy Storage up from here to make a chain, and then I can have a remote access up above, and that way I can access those stars from above the surface here. Let's turn that off. So now I'm going to seal this in with grass and start building some sort of little building up top to be where people will be able to buy their nether stars for basically for free. So let me get started with that, and I'll be right... Well, actually, let me show you one trick. Make one of these. Where is it? Here it is. The unbreakable wand. the recipe is another star and 2 sticks. Talk about easy. Oh wait, recipe. Mode, no lock, fluid stop. Max 4,000 blocks. Now why crafting 2 of them together? Oh, it does 8,000 blocks. 16, oh wow. What it is it's a builder's wand. And now that I've got some grass in my inventory, I can just do this. Click on the side of the block, and it finds all pieces that are connected to that. If I look at the top of the grass block, you can see how big an area it's going to fill. But it looks like if I make 2 of these and craft them together, it'll double that. Which is pretty cool, but not what I want right now. This is plenty big enough. Oh, I ran out of grass. Well, Grok over here has got the grass. And I will give him another star or 2. Since I have been dipping into his grass and blocks. Did I line it up? No, I didn't line it up properly. Come on. Why can't I fly? There we go. And grass, grass. Alright, that lines it up. Though I'll probably, since I have to make a hole there for this thing to work, I will have the shack centered over this. I better light up the room. So anyway, I will be right back when I've got something started. See you in a bit. Well, I have a lot to do still, but I started doing the structure here, and as you can see, I'm using chisels and bits to make a rather dilapidated cobble and dirt shack. But inside, it'll look a little nicer with nice wallpaper. And we've got one of the Extra Utilities 2 screens, which you type in an Imager code. The bold part here is what you just type in. And then you can set any image. I made this image and uploaded it to Imager. And in here I've got 36 stars. And it'll keep making more. That's 36 above and beyond. Oh, Toddy wants to see. Come down the chimney. Toddy wants to see how I make the stars. I'll be releasing this video shortly. Wave. Alright, so I think this is a good project. It came out pretty well. It'll slowly build up the stars. And if I ever need some, I can always come and raid the 64 that are in here if somebody's already gotten the rest. So I've always got some on hand. I put another, I think 11 up here, so I got 19 of these wither diamonds. And it's all set. So we'll wrap it up here. I'll answer Toddy's questions. Oh, hold the horses, hold the horses. I did find a problem overnight. So I've come back to suggest the fix. This green extraction port used to be right here in this space, hooked directly up to the main line. But once we had stars in the system, as I do now, I've got 142 extra stars, they were constantly being exported and re-imported, and they were just cycling. And that can't be good for a server. So, there's no reason why the output of the extraction port should connect to the main line. So I've moved it over and shifted these two up so that now it connects only to this. When I placed this piece of pipe here, it did connect across, but if you hit it with a wrench in the middle, it'll disconnect. So now this is set to whitelist. You do have to hit this. It starts out as ignore. Hit it to whitelist. The Tome of Alkahestry and another star. No more redstone. I took that out. There should never be excess redstone in the system. And if it's in here, whichever one, if it's got nether stars, it'll keep trying to export nether stars. If it can't, it doesn't move to the next slot. So it won't export the redstone anyway. And if you reverse the order and there's redstone in the system and it can't put it in there, it'll never export the stars. And you need both of them in the system for it to function. So it just doesn't work well with two items. So forget about the redstone. It should never be in there anyway. It should always be being put into the tome when everything's working right, which it seems to now. So only the stars and tome are being extracted. Again, this one has no filter. It's just always on extraction. And this one's set to insert. Doesn't matter priority now because they're the only two on this bit of cable. So now when it does craft a new star, because this one is set to, this one is set to external, it sends the book and the star into the import because they are not blacklisted, and then they get sent out here back into the system. I've also changed the block of redstone recipe to be internal. So instead of putting it out and sending it around so that it would have to come back in again, we don't want redstone in here anymore. So instead of going out and around, it's now an internal recipe. As soon as we have 9 redstone here, it will make a block of redstone. Again, if everything's working fine, that will never cause a backup. It'll always get dumped into the book and turned into more stars. And if it does back up, it'll just stop accepting more redstone essence, which will back up inside these guys, and once all 6 are full, they stop running. So it's an acceptable endpoint if something does go wrong. But this seems to be correct now, but time will tell. So maybe next episode, if I make any changes, we will revisit it. But I think this setup is the way to go. Alright, let's go back to my outro. So this is Nonsanity signing out. Take care, be good, and see you next time.